I want to change the perspective on how you look at your clothes, so you will end up saving a lot of money in the long run and saving a lot of time and effort by choosing the next outfit for the day. So, let's get into it. So clothes do matter. Every clothing piece you see in your wardrobe has an impact on your and other lives as well. Just think about it. In the past few months, not too many people bought a lot of new clothes. Style hasn't changed a lot because the majority wasn't outside, so there was no need to showcase the latest trends. And now, after these tough months, it's okay to go outside with our so-called old clothes that we already have in our closet. There's no need to refresh the whole wardrobe. What if this trend would continue from now on? We care too much about whether we look stylish or not. The problem is that if we connect our style to the pace of ever-changing fashion trends, we end up losing a lot of money in the long run, a lot of thoughts are wasted on wrong decisions, and we cause a huge harm on the environment by increasing the amount of clutter we gather as humans. Part of the equation is that our old clothes still remain unused in our wardrobe, while many people could use them definitely better than us. So I needed a solution for this. If I look back on an old shirt, I was once convinced that this is the best shirt I ever had. Now I use it only for garden work, because that's a shirt I'm not worried about if it gets ripped or dirty. But also these shirts end up being unused most of the time, hanging around months after months in my closet. And this isn't right, because the cycle repeats itself and I end up buying many more clothes because the old ones are so outdated. So I lose a lot of money in the long run because of this. Huge disclaimer, I'm not talking about clothes that are so outworn that it's lost its old form, and I'm not talking about shoes with holes in them. Just overall pieces that you don't feel wearing anymore. I need to think of some kind of rule or method that I can follow to avoid these bad patterns. But how do we find it? If I look around my closet, I have some pieces that are there for a long time. These are pieces that don't follow a trend, so I can use them versatile enough to fit them into any stylish look. If we look back at earlier fashion trends, we find examples that have always been used over the years, no matter how long-haired people were or what kind of music they listened to. Let's just take a good-fitting white or a good-fitting black t-shirt. It was always used, and it will be always used in style. Using this idea, I have some tips to build out a wardrobe. The solution lies in the idea that we need to approach the view on clothes in a different way. Clothing is a way to make us feel more us, a shelter that we think supports our inner personality and our outer look. If we think all the time about what new clothes to buy or what could we add to our collection, we take a lot of time from ourselves, which could be used more wisely. In Christian Bursky's TED Talk, he said,
"The most sustainable fashion is the stuff that's already in our closet."
And that's the key component on our next point. You need to look at your whole wardrobe and actually wear all the things you once decided to buy. If you looked up all your clothes, and most of them are considered not to be worn anymore, you have a few options to choose from. You can sell them online or locally to literally everyone, if they are in such good shape. Or you can just donate them to any place you find, so they can serve a purpose for people in need. After getting rid of the unwanted stuff, you need to develop a mindfulness thinking to every new piece you add to your collection. The key principle is to only buy things which you use on a regular. But why not choose sustainable fashion? Since not too many people can afford sustainable clothing, it's all about finding pieces that endure fashion trends. Evergreen style is a perfect way to avoid this money loss because some kind of flashy pants you bought for a lot went out of style in 3 months or less. Here comes the challenging part. Learn to mix the basic pieces. A lot of outfits can be made from just a few clothes. Either male or female, you can combine 3 t-shirts and 3 jeans to 9 different outfits. And the combinations get higher with adding just 2 shoes that match all outfits, like simple white or black shoes. So you are more than good to go for a whole week. The amount of clutter unused clothes are producing is huge. Let's take a wardrobe filled with unused pieces. Just looking at it makes us feel that we have a lot, but in reality, we only use some of them, although we are convinced that we have a lot of options to choose from. We have a place full of stuff, and our mind is also full because of this. If we select the only ones which we use regularly, we free the space in our mind from one less unneeded distraction. Every decision you make as a customer leads the word into a direction. If you buy a whole lot of new clothes from a brand, it translates to them that they need to produce more. You need to choose wisely which brand you motivate to produce more, because the environment in which clothes are made isn't the same in every factory. By choosing to buy less, with the tips I already mentioned, you also stop supporting brands with bad work conditions. The best would be if you could invest in quality pieces, which are less likely to be worn out in a short amount of time. If you are interested in this topic, I highly recommend you to check out the TED Talks in this area. The best way to start on this journey is to talk with a friend, so if you think of anyone who could start with you, share the video to them. As a single person, my only goal was to change one person's thinking on how clothes can be approached differently to live a more fulfilling life. I'm also at the beginning of this journey, but for almost 2 years I've been trying to implement this thinking as much as I can into my life. And I've already seen some improvement on how I look at my clothes and how I feel myself in them. Hope you got something to think about out of this video. If you like the direction I was trying to take your thoughts, then be sure to subscribe to my channel